This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Run? Okay. Good morning, everyone. It's a great schus to be back here by the Suka of Yedidi, Rabbi Glatstein, for already almost 10 years, I think, be'erach. I'm coming over here. It's a very big zechus. It's a family tradition. Every year, this year we'll get the picture, but there's a beautiful poster of the first year. My father was here. In the poster, my Zayda was here in the poster. And every year, my uncle, Rav Tzvi Meshulam Hirschfang, who it's a kavod to have him grace us with his presence at this occasion, and my cousins, also my son Rav Naftali. And we want to thank Rav Yisachar Dov Talbam, who started out the minhag many, many years ago, in one of the earlier generations already, many, many years ago. And shkoyach everybody for coming, my Yedidi Rav Naftali Tzins, and my new friend from the Tzafain, Rav Volvi Parnas, and Rabbi Yaakov's brother, the Einikel of the Shinover, the Einikel of Rabbi Aryeh Leib Tzins, Rabbi Naftali, and also Rabbi Yoel Klein, the brother, and also the Eidim, and all the friends that came to tonight's Shiur, and also special regards to Rabbi Moshe Klein. He's being Mekadeshim Shemaim all over the world. Okay, I want to share with you an idea. This was a chiddush to me. So many years already, trying to uncover chidushim to be able to share l'kavod the Yom Tov of Sukkot. And this is not the only occasion I have to give shiur, so it's not always easy to come up with new material. But if you come up with new material, it means that the oilam that you prepare for, see, the material is for the oilam. So if it's a chashva oilam, so better chidushim come out, even if it's a small oilam. But if it's chashva people, then it brings out beautiful chidushim. Quality over it's the eichos. So this is a diuk. I was not familiar with this diuk. By all the Yom Tovim, it says the name of the Yom Tov. It says Yom Habikurim by Shavuos. By Pesach it says Pesach Chag HaMatzos, or it says Pesach Lashem. There's only one Yom Tov, and we want to dedicate the learning Lilei Nishmas Mezeda Shem Yeshua ben Shmuel Yaakov should be bringing aliyah to his neshama. Also Lilei Nishmas Rav Avram Mordechai ben Yosef and Sarah Fega Bas Menachem Zev Began Eden Tehem Menuchasam. By the Yom Tov of Sukkot, it's the only Yom Tov that not only does it say Chag, no other Yom Tov is called a Chag. Chag Hashem. Chag Hashem. The Yom Tov of Hashem. Interesting diuk, no? It's the only Yom Tov. Not by Pesach, not by Shavuos, not by Rosh Hashanah, not by Yom Kippur. It says by Sukkot, Chag Hashem. It says, Acha Chamisha Zim Lechodesh Hashvi, Tachoigu es Chag Hashem. It's the Rebbeinu Shalom's Yom Tov. You know, we have Yom Tovim. This is the Rebbeinu Shalom's Yom Tov. Then a few psukim later, V'chagoyim say Chag Lashem. It doesn't say Chag Hashem or Chag Lashem by any other Yom Tov. Haloi Davarhu. What's the pshat? That this Yom Tov is Chag. It's the Yom Tov of the Rebbeinu Shalom, or to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Where did I see this diuk? There's a sefer Drashos Maharam Chaviv. Who's Maharam Chaviv? This is very interesting. Maharam Chaviv was Rav Moshe ibn Chaviv. He lived from 1654 to 1696. He was a contemporary of Pri Chadash in Yerushalayim. He was born in Salonika. He comes to Yerushalayim. He was, I wish Rav Moshe was here, he was the Rishon LeTzion. Rishon LeTzion is the chief Sephardic Rav, and he was Chacham Bashi. So Rav Moshe is very into the Chacham Bashi, right? Chacham Bashi is the chief rabbi of the Ottoman Empire. Okay? So Rav Moshe ibn Chaviv, who does he come from? He comes from the Ein Yaakov. The one who compiled Ein Yaakov was Rabbi Yaakov ibn Chaviv. Okay? And he also came from Rabbi Yosef ibn Chabiv. Who's Rabbi Yosef ibn Chabiv? Nemukei Yosef. Okay, so he's a descendant of Nemukei Yosef from the Ein Yaakov. His name is Rabbi Moshe ibn Chabiv. He wrote 3 of the most important svarim on Shas. On Masechta Rosh Hashanah, Masechta Yuma, and Masechta Suka. On Rosh Hashanah he wrote YOM Trua. That's not as well known. On Yuma he wrote Tosfos Yom Kippurim. That's more well known. Tosfos Yom Kippurim. And on Sukkah, he wrote one of the most important svarim ever written on Masechta Sukkah, Kabbalis Tamarim. Kabbalis Tamarim. Rabbi Kiveger quotes Kabbalis Tamarim. The Shalom Meshav quotes Kabbalis Tamarim. It's one of the most important svarim written on Masechta Sukkah. So he wrote drashas called Drashas Maram Chaviv. He is ma'ora this ha'ara. V'gam tam shenikra zeh chag l'Hashem ma shalei motzinu b'shum chag shenikra. It's called Pesach l'Hashem, but not chag l'Hashem. Avozehu chag Hashem mamish. What's the pshat? There's a famous medrash. The medrash says, Pri Eitz Hadar Zeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shenemar Hoid v'Hadar lavashta. The Rebbeinu Shalom is called Hadar. Kapois Tamarim Zeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Like it says, Tzaddik Katam Yifrach. Anaf Eitz Avos, that's the Hadasim, Zeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. D'chsiv V'hu Oimed Ben Hadasim. Arvei Nachal Zeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What does that mean? This is HaKadosh Baruch Hu? The lulav is HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Chas v'sholem. Chas v'sholem. Ani mamin Shabor Yisrael Shemoi Einoi Guf V'lo Yasigu Masigei Aguf. What, the esrog is Zeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu? The lulav Zeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What does the medrash mean? Zeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now, very interesting. When you shake the lulav and esrog, the Gemara doesn't say what to do with the esrog. So if you read Shas, you would think you take the lulav and you hold the lulav in the right hand, esrog in the left hand. I do, The Gemara doesn't say b'chlal what to do with the esrog by the nanuim. The Gemara doesn't say you're menanea the esrog. The Gemara just says you're menanea the lulav. There's no poisek. It's b'chlal. There's no information. The Lashon Beis Yosef is davar zeh lo nizbayer b'Gemara. The Gemara doesn't say what to do with the esrog. Comes the Shulchan Aruch, Simon Tafresh and Aleph, tzarich lechaber ha-esrog lulav b'shas na'nuai. You have to put them together and then shake it. Where do you get that from? Where did the Shulchan Aruch get it from? It's not in the Gemara. It's not in the Rishonim. Tosfos doesn't say it. The Rambam doesn't say it. Who told the Shulchan Aruch? Mehechitesi. You have to take the esrog. Why would you shake the esrog? It makes noise. If your esrog makes noise, then it's hollow. Then it's not a good esrog. Why are you shaking the esrog? We take it for granted. Of course, you take the lulav and esrog and you shake them down. Mehechitesi. Where does Shulchan Aruch get this from? It's not in the Gemara. It's not in the Rishonim. So now we have to figure out. There's in the Litvish yeshivas, if a poisek says something and we don't know where he got it, we say which birdie told him. Where did he get it from? Who whispered? V'oif hashamayim yagid davar. Where does this come from? Comes the Gra. The Gra says it comes from a medrash. Why? Says the Gra. The medrash in Vayikra Rabbah says the esrog has taste and it has smell. That represents Yidden who have Torah and they have Masim Tovim. The lulav has taste, it doesn't have smell. So some Yidden have Torah, they don't have Masim Tovim. The Hadasim have smell and no taste. Some Yidden have Masim Tovim, they don't have Torah. And then the Arava, no taste and no smell. Some Yidden don't have taste and they don't have smell, they don't have Torah, they don't have Masim Tovim. So what do we need it for? Says the Medrash, Uma HaKadosh Baruch Hu oiseh lahem le'abda miyevshar. Hashem can't destroy the Aravos. Ela Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu yuksharu kulam aguda echas vehein mechaprim elu alelu. Tie them together and they'll be mechaper one to another. V'masisem kach oiseh shani mis'aleh. So says the Medrash, the esrog are Tamil Chacham who have Torah Masim Tovim. The lulav are Tamil Chacham who don't have Masim Tovim. The Hadasim are Yidden who have Masim Tovim, they don't have Torah. And the Aravos are Yidden who are Reikon Min HaKoil. you put them all together, they're mechapers elu al elu. Says the Goyin, from where did the mechaper derive that at the time of the Nanum you have to put the lulav together with the esrog? From the medrash. It's not Medina de Gemara, it's Makoiroi Tahar b'medrash. That's the Goyin, yeah? Interesting. So here you have a halacha, you take the halacha for granted, but the whole yisoid of the halacha is to be ma'ached all types of yadin. But if you look in the Ber HaGoyla, the Ber HaGoyla says that's not the makar. Ber HaGoyla says, look at number 7. It says Ber HaGoyla, you know where the mechaber got? You need to put the esrog together with the lulav. Harav Rabbeinu Menachem Mirikanti Parshas Emar. Comes from Rikanti. Who's Rikanti? An Italian makubal. 1223 to 1290. If you look in the Sefer Rikanti, he quotes many Cabalistic traditions of the Rishonim. Most of what he writes is found in the Rishonim. He quotes the Ramban, Rabbeinu Bechaye, and sometimes he writes things that came to him b'his galus chalaim. So, if you look in Parshas Emar, the Rikanti says, I want to tell you about a dream I had. It was the first night of Sukkot. And who did I have? Chasidei Ashkenaz. Chasidei Ashkenaz, they were the most machmir. The Chasidei Ashkenaz were the biggest machmirim. Rabbi Yehuda HaChassid, Rabbi Shmuel HaChassid. Chasidei Ashkenaz are the Rishonim. What did I see in my dream? I saw in my dream that Rabbi Yitzchak Ashkenazi was writing the Shem Havaya. He wrote the Yud, he wrote the Hey, he wrote the Vav, and the final Hey, he wrote it Rachaik min Shalosh Oisios Rishonos. So what are you doing? That's not how you write. He said, I was moiche in my dream. That's not how you write the Shem Havaya. And I woke up. I couldn't understand this. Next day I come to shul, and Rabbi Yitzchak Ashkenazi, he's shaking the lulav, and he's not being mechaber the esrog to the lulav. Then I chap the meaning of my dream. What meaning? The Daled minim correspond to the Daled Oisya Shem Havaya. We're going to see in a minute which one is which. Now the fact that in the dream he wasn't holding the esrog together with the lulav, that's mashma, the esrog is which ois? That final hey. Meaning the first 3 minim, lulav, hadasim, aravos, are the yud kei vav, and the esrog must be the hey. Says Rikanti, this is pshat in the medrash. Pri etz hadar, zeh hakadosh baruch hu. Anaf etz avos, zeh hakadosh baruch hu. Arvei nachal, zeh hakadosh baruch hu. Kapos tamarim zeh hakadosh baruch hu. It's not that the esrog is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the lulav is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the hadasim are HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but they represent ois havaya. And therefore, since Rabbi Yitzchak Ashkenazi was not holding the esrog together with the other minim, so I saw in my dream, he was drawing the Shem Havaya with the final hey away from the first 3 ois. Okay. By the way, the Beis Yosef brings us down halacha l'maisa. I want you to see the words of the Beis Yosef. Look at number 9. The Beis Yosef says, Im tzorech lechaber ha'esrog lulav b'shas hananua ulananea shneim yachad oyim einoi minanea ela agudas lulav havad v'yad smoilo ha'esrog ba teheomes b'mekom linanea davar zeh loy nizbar b'gemara. It does not explain in the Gemara whether you need to get the esrog involved in the nanuim. Not only that, v'loy b'divrei hapoiskim. None of the Rishonim say what to do. Not the Rambam, not the Rif, not the Rosh. None of the Rishonim say what to do. What's the makar? Rabbi Menachem Rikanti's dream.
But Rabbi Yitzchak didn't do it.
Rabbi Yitzchak didn't do it, no.
Even though he...
But no, Rabbi Yitzchak. No, Rabbi Yitzchak's not the Ari. Is in the 13th. He's 250 years before the Ari. The Rikanti is in the 13th century. Is in 1250. Yeah, it could be. There's also the Ari also, but this is not Rabbi Yitzchak Ashkenazi here. So, by the way, the Taz brings us down the halach also. Now, so it's a little.
The thing is why the growth doesn't.
So it's a little bit of a stira. What's the makar of the Shulchan Aruch? Is the makar of the Shulchan Aruch like the Goyin says that in order to be mechaber 4 types of yidden, or is the makar of the Shulchan Aruch in order to be mechaber the 4 oisios to the Shem Havaya? Good shaila, yeah? Or it's not a seer, maybe it's machloikis. Machloikis, the Goyin, and the Ber HaGoyla. The Ber HaGoyla was a descendant of the Goyin, by the way. You know that? The Ber HaGoyla, Reb Rivkas. The Ber HaGoyla is Mitzayin on the side of Shulchan Aruch, where the halachas of Shulchan Aruch come from. So it would be a little bit schwer for the Ber HaGoyla to argue on the Ber HaGra, but it seems like they're saying completely different makaros. Yeah? There's a sefer, one of the best svarim on Sukkot, is called Zman Simchas Rav David Koyen, is Rosh Yeshiva of Chevron Yeshiva. He's bothered by this question, that it seems like it's a machloikis what the makar of the Shulchan Aruch is. Is it to be mechaber 4 types of yidden, or is it to be mechaber the Shem Havaya? Okay, so the first thing I want to share with you, by the way, the Goyin in Adaras Eliyah and V'zois HaBracha, he understands the pasuk Af choyvev amim is the arava, Kol kedoishav biyadecha is the esrog, Tuku l'raglecha is the hadasim, Yisam edavreisecha is the lulav, and by putting the 4 together, it's mechaper one on the other. But the bottom line is, what's the makar of the Shulchan Aruch? Is it to be mechaber yidin, or is it to be mechaber the Shem Havaya? So I want to suggest a very important answer. In the Haggadah Shel Pesach we talk about the Rasha. What do we say about the Rasha? We knock at his teeth. And we say, the Kivan, Shahoitzi Asam min HaKlal, Kafar Be'ik. He's Parish min HaTzibor, he's a Kaifer. Why is he a Kaifer? Not a Kaifer. He's Parish min HaTzibor. Since when is a Parish min HaTzibor a Kaifer? If somebody doesn't believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he's a kaifer. If he's not Mammon B'tar Shabal Peh, he's a kaifer. But Lefisha, Hoitzi, Asasim Nakal, he's Kafar Be'ikr. Why is he Kafar Be'ikr? So I want to share with you a Goyin, another Goyin. The Goyin's yard site, last year we did it by the Goyin's yard site, right? On your day?
Yeah, it was today.
Is it today?
It was today.
It was today. What's today? What was today?
Now it's the 3rd day.
Now it's Chaf Tishrei. Now it's Chaf. Yeah. Tomorrow day is Chaf Av. So the Goyin is Yud Tes, and Yud Ches is Rav Nachman. Yeah. So like this, the Goyin says, what's Pshat Shema Yisrael? Hertzachai Klal Yisrael. Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. We understand what's Shema. Did you hear? The Rebbeinu Shalom. There's one Rebbeinu Shalom. No, that's not what it means. Shema is a lashon Vayishama Sho'ol Es Ha'am. Shema Yisrael, get together, Klal Yisrael. Be'achdus. Memela, when we're be'achdus, Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. What's the pshat? We're the ambassadors of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the world. If you want to know who's the Rebbeinu Shalom, look at Klal Yisrael. We say, Ata Kadosh, the Rebbeinu Shalom is holy. V'shimcha Kadosh. Even his name, what does it mean, his name? The way he's recognized is Haleg. And his ambassadors who represent him, Ata Echad, V'shimcha Echad. If we're not Goy Echad, then Chas v'Shalom people look at HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If Klal Yisrael are Shtei Amim, then it looks like Shtei Reshuyos Yesh. We reflect the amitos, the reality of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We are the ambassadors of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Sefer Charedim also writes, Shema Yisrael is Losh Miloshain, Vayishama Sho'ol Es Ha'am. Shema Yisrael, gather together ba'achdus. Once we're ba'achdus, then Mamela, the world's going to know Hashem Echad. Because otherwise, I ask you a simple question. Why is achdus so important? You put on tefillin, I put on tefillin. You sit in the Sukkah, I sit in the Sukkah. You keep Shabbos, I keep Shabbos. Why do we have to like each other? Why do I have to like you? Why do you have to like me? Why do we have to be together? As long I don't harm you, I don't hurt you, I don't speak any lashon hara about you. What's the inyan that Klal Yisrael should have a feeling of unity one with the other? For what? Why is that so important? Why is it so fundamental that that's what destroyed the Beis HaMikdash? What are we doing wrong? Why do Klal Yisrael have any sense of unity? The answer is, and the Ramchal implies this, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is echad, and his ha'ara and his bracha is only mischazek b'masha misached. The only way we could reflect the reality of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is if we emulate him ba'achdos. So it's not, you know why we have to be ba'achdos? Because it's nice. It's nice. It's not about being nice. It feels good. It makes everybody warm and fuzzy. It's not about being warm and fuzzy. Klal Yisrael are the ambassadors of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The way the world sees Hashem is by looking at Yidden. When Klal Yisrael is one, then the world knows Hashem echad. Mamela, we want to say, we know that Haman, Kiyad al Keska, Haman and Amalek, they try to infringe and be poigim in the Shem Havaya. How are they poigim in the Shem Havaya? You ever see in Megillah that you ever see Haman? He's taking a saw and he's chiseling away the vav and the hay. No, he says Yeshnai am echad mefuzar u'mefayrad. They don't have achdus. They don't have achdus. So then the Rebbeinu Shalom doesn't have achdus, chas v'shalom. So it's really one and the same. You know why you need to be ma'achid the lulav, the esrog, the hadasim, and the ravais? Because you need to be ma'achid yidin. But why do you need to be ma'achid yidin? Because if yidin are not ba'achdus, the shem havaya is not ba'achdus. It's not two different reasons. It's not a machloikis, rachak, mizrach, mimarav, that the Goin says the reason you have to be ma'achid, the daled minim, is in order to be ma'achid 4 types of yidin, and the Rikanti says in order to be ma'achid the shem havaya. If Klal Yisrael is not together ba'achdus, the havaya is not together. Then the esrog is separate from the other minim. It's not 2 different reasons, it's one reason. Okay. Now, how many olamais are there? In general, how many madregos of olamais? Abiyah. The highest olam is Atzilas. That's where Netzal, Kavod Yisbarach. Under that is Bria. That's where the Malachim are. Under that, Yitzira. That's where the Mazolos are. And here, Williamsburg, 5 towns, Olam Asiyah. This is where it's at. We do the Maisim over here, and from there, it goes up to all the various Olamais. Usually, the Yud is Olam Atzilas. The Hey is the Bria. The Vav is Yitzira, and Hey is Olam Asiyah. By the way, it's kedai to know this. Stam in the Siddur and davening, Berachas HaShachar is Olam HaAsiyah. Suka de Zimra is Olam HaYitzira. Berachas Kriya Shema is Olam HaBriya, and Shemona Esrei is Olam HaAtzilas. That's one of the reasons why at the end of Shemona Esrei you say a pasuk with your name. Why? Because they say Lachar Me'avesim, you don't want to forget your name. So why don't you say them Sukkot Zimra? Because you don't want to forget it when you're standing Lifnei Chisei Chavodah before the Kisei HaKavod. So you want to make sure that in the realm of the Kisei HaKavod you remember your name. So when you're up there in the Shemona Esrei, you say the name. So this way, when I get back up here, I don't want to forget my name when they interrogate me upstairs. So up there already, you prepare Tachas Kisei HaKavod to remember your name. By the way, each olam has a different way to spell the Shem Havaya. Atzilus, you spell Yud Kei Vav Kei B'Miluai, 72. One of the olamis is 63. One is 52, and one is 45. You have 45 Mem Hey, Ben, Sag, Ayin Beis. Each one is connected a different olam. According to this, what's the esrog? The esrog is the olam ha'asiyah, right? Because in the Rikanti's dream, the guy was holding, Rabbi Yitzchak Ashkenazi was holding the lulav and the hadassim and the aravos, the yud kei vav, but he didn't have the esrog. He didn't have the esrog next to it. The esrog is the olam ha'asiyah. Okay? If you look in the Goin, in Yahel, or if you look at number 15, he says, why don't you hold lulav, esrog, hadassim, and aravais in one hand? Why do you hold it in two hands? The Goin says a lashon of, now, here's one more yediyah. You have a right hand and a left hand. What did Hashem create with the right hand? Af yadi yasta aretz vimini tibcha shamayim. So the right hand is the heavens. So the lulav, the hadassim and the aravos is the shamayim. The esrog, which is the olam ha'asiyah, is the aretz. Says the Goin, the reason you don't hold them in the same time, in the same hand, is hashamayim shamayim laHashem ve'ha'aretz nasan livnei adam. The lashon of the Goin is ki hi nitna la'adam l'chabra. Man's job is to connect this world to the upper worlds. So therefore you don't put all the minim in one hand, because your job is to take the lulav, hadassim aravis, that's the shamayim, and connect it to the aretz, which is the left hand, which is the olam ha'asiyah. This is how the Rikanti understands it. Okay? And I want to share with you something very interesting. This is the Rikanti. The Goin had a Talmud. Who is the Goin's Talmud? Reb Chaim Volozhiner. The Reb Chaim Volozhiner's Talmud was a Nachlas David, Reb David Tevel. Now, they're Chedushim Reb David Tevel on Shas. He quotes the Rikanti. He says, by the way, the Zoyar in Tikunei Zoyar, Yud Gimel, Tikun Ayin, Kisvei Ari, they all say like the Rikanti. But Lamaisa, if you look in the Zoyar in Parshas Vayechi, the Zoyar says an Ander Amaisa. The Zoyar says, you know what the Dal and Minim correspond to? Kol Hanikra Bishmi Olam Ha'atzilos is the esrog. Olam Beria is the lulav. Olam Hayitzira are the hadassim. Olam ha'asiyah are the aravos. Now, if I were to ask you, right, which one of the minim would you think corresponds to the lowest world? You'd say the aravos. Well, that's what the Zohar says. Says the Nachas David, but it's not like the Rikanti. Look in. If you look in the third paragraph in Ois Samach, he says, "V'al korchach tzorech loymar demidrashim chalukim heim." So it's a machloikis. What are the Dalid Oisios Havaya? Rikanti says lulav, hadassim, aravos, yud kevav, esrog is the hay. But Zoyar Parshas Vayechi says aravos the hay. Okay, so they're different shitos, but everybody agrees the Oisios Havaya are the Dalid Minim. Now, in the world that the esrog is the yud, the first yud, Olam Hatzilos, he says we could explain the Hilchos esrog based on this Cabalistic idea that the esrog is the yud of Atzilus. Why? Atzilus is the highest world. The highest world, there are two elements of it. There's the upper part and the lower part. The upper part is the realm of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There isn't a pagam kolshehu. So mechoitim ulamala on the esrog. You can't have a pagam kolshehu. Because this is the upper part of the Olam Ha'atzilus. This is the realm of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So you can't even have a Pagam Koshehu. But in our world, there are a lot of Pagamim in our world. The Gemara says, as long as you don't have Roiv Avoinos, the world could still keep on going. So that's why from Mechoitim Ulamata, it's only possible if the Pagam is Berubai. That's how the Nachas David explains it. But Lamaisa, he says, it is Midrashim Chalukais. So I want to share with you something very interesting. In Samach Zoyrim, in the Siddur Hashla, they bring a tefillah to say when you're Oiged the Lulav. I forgot about it this year. This year... What? The rain. Maybe next year I'll remember.
In the morning also something.
What?
When you put them actually together.
Yeah.
In the freezer.
Okay. So look at this tefillah. He brings over here, in number 19, the different spheroids which spheroids the Daled Minim correspond to, and he says the three hadassim are connected. The avos, the two aravos are Moshe and Aaron. The lulav and esrog is Yosef and David. Fine, and now he gets into the arba oisios shel Shimcha Hagadol. Hadassim yud, Aravos, hey. Lula vav. Esrog, hey. Who is that like? The Rikanti. But if you look in the Maharil brings that he heard about a dream someone had. Now, Maharil is one of the earliest of the Poskei Ashkenaz. He doesn't say who had the dream. And in the dream, the person was writing the Yud in distance from the Hey and the Vav and then the Hey. Not the way the Rikanti had it, that he wrote Yud Kei Vav and the Hey somewhere else. He had in the dream, the Yud was away. And then he woke up in the morning and he saw the person was shaking the esrog away from the other. So this is like who? This is like the Zoyar in Parshas Vayechi. Lemaisa, the Goin in Adar Selio in the Hashmatos. You ready for this? He says they're Daled Minim. Pre-Eitz Hadar is how many words? 3 words. That's Keneged Yud, because Yud b'miluai, Yud Vav Daled, 3 letters. Next, says the Goin, Kapois Timorim, how many words? 2. That's Keneged the Hey. Hey is Hey Aleph. Anaf Eitz Avos, 3 words. Keneged the Vav. Vav is 3 oisias. Vav Yud Vav. And then Arvei Nachal are 2 words. Keneged the Hey, which is Hey Aleph. Okay. So bottom line is, there's a machloikis how you formulate the Daled Minim Keneged, the Daled Oisios of the Shem Havaya. The Rikanti learns, and then the Tefillah of the Shla, the Esrog is Keneged the final Hey. The Nachlas David, the Zohar, the Maharil, the Gran Adar Selio, they learn it's Keneged the first Yud. But everybody agrees the Daled Minim correspond to the Daled Oisios Havaya. We have to say Chida. You ready for the Chida? Chida is in Sukkot Daf Lamed Daled. Rabbi Kiva holds, just like Lulav Echad and Esrog Echad, so too Hadas Echad and Arava Achas. That's Shittas Rabbi Kiva. The Moichrim wouldn't like this Shita, but according, right? But 1 and 1 says the Chida. What's the Makar of Rabbi Kiva? Says the Chida b'derech Jerush, because Rabbi Kiva learns Pri-Eitz Hadar Zeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Kapois Tamarim Zeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Vashem Echad. Therefore, Arava Achas Hadasa. That's Shitas Rabbi Kiva. Okay. So now we're understanding a little bit that we have other Yomim Tovim, but other Yomim Tovim, the Rebbeinu Shalom was mitzaveh us to do a Maisa with Cheftzei Mitzvah. Comes the Yom Tif of Sukkah, the Rebbeinu Shalom says, take me. It's Chag Hashem. It's not a mitzvah you to do something on your Yom Tif. It's Chag Lashem. You're taking Oisi Ois Havaya. Then I saw something very interesting from Rabbi Yitzchak Isaac Chavar. Yitzchak was what we call Peshlishi, a Talmud of the Goin. He says that the dimensions of a sukkah are Shem Havaya. 10 Tvachim tall, Yud. You have 3 walls, 2 and a little bit. That's the Ois Hey. Now, how big does a sukkah have to be? Zayin al Zayin. Says the Yitzchak, why Zayin al Zayin? What's the cheshbon of Zayin al Zayin? Vav al Vav. Roishay v'ruba is 6 tvachim, and Shulchana is a tefach. So the Rishonim already asked, so it should be 6 by 7. Say you want to be able to put the table here, you want to put the table there, but Roishay v'ruba 6 by 6, Shulchana is a tefach. What's the inyan of 7 by 7? The world exists for 6,000 years. The 7,000 year is Yom Shekula Shabbos. Says Rabbi Yitzchak Isaac Chavar, the Vav is the 6 by 6, and he says the Ois Hey is Keneged, the last 1,000 years of creation, the Elef Hashavi. Now what that has to do with the Hey? Ayin Sham, Shilas, which was Binyan Olam, Rabbi Yitzchak Isaac Chavar. So it's not just the Daled Minim, which is the Shem Havaya, it's even the mitzvah of Sukkah, which is the Shem Havaya. Now, let's talk about the Sukkah itself. Sukkah, everybody knows, is Gematria 91. The Arizal says the two Shemos, Shem Havaya, Shem Adanos. Right? If you look in the Hakdama of Bikurei Yaakov, Rabbi Yaakov Ettlinger, to Hilchos Sukkah, he says like this. Usually, when a Mechaber starts with a Sefer, he writes a Rosh Tevis for the Shem Havaya. But by Hilchos Sukkah, he writes a Rosh Tevis for Shem Havaya and the Shem Adanos, because for Sukkah, it's both, yeah? Yismachu ha-Yesharim, v'yagilu ha-Ashurim, af dalei nachlas Yisrael, so you have Havaya and Adanos, b'chag hazeh hanikra YOM Simchasenu, v'simchasoi mechu pelas, it's a double simcha. Why? Because you have two Shemos. V'yizaru ma'id l'kayim es Sukkah, shemisbar shema tzadi aleph, kemisbar shnei shemas hakadoshim, shekoilalam amein, u'kedushasa mechu pelas, v'hamakayma kilchasa yichbelu scharai. You get double schar. So here, again, the Sukkah itself, Rabbi Yitzchak Isaac Chaver says, is the Shem Havaya, Yud Tfachim, Hey is the 3 walls, Vav is the 6x6, the Hey is the final 7th. But the Sukkah itself are 2 Shemos of Hashem. So the whole Yom Tif, your mamish, the Rebbe Hashem is allowing you to be metapel b'shmoisav. Hashem is allowing you lemashmesh b'shmoi. On Pesach, so eat matzah. What's matzah? It's a dvar mitzvah. But when else during the year do we have this opportunity to freely be yemashmesh b'shmoi? But here's another revelation of the Gaon. We know Sukkah's Gematria 91. So we think, yeah, it's a Gematria. 26 plus 65. Says the Gaon, no, it's more than that. Take the Oisiyoi Sukkah. Samach, Vav, Chav, Hey. The Shem Havaya is in the inside. It's the Vav and Chav, 26. The Adnos is on the outside. There's a pasuk in Chavakuk. Vashem, many are in Kodesh, they have this pasuk. Vashem beheichal kodshay has mipanav kol haaretz. Vashem is the Shem Havaya. Where is the Shem Havaya? Heichal. Heichal is 65, Adnos. The idea is the Shem Adnos is the Heichal for the Shem Havaya. Hear this? Vashem, the Shem Havaya, the Gaon says, Vashem beheichal. Hashem is in the Heichal. Has also 65. So if you look at Sukkah, you see in the middle it's the Shem Havaya, Chavav, and on the outside is the Heichal, Samachay. That's the word Sukkah. Also, we can't go a Sukkot without mentioning. Here it is during Hashanah. We're screaming out from the Ayin Beis Shemos of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ani v'hoi Hoshiana, which is the Iker Hoshana. The Iker Chelek of Hashanah is the Tza'aka Ani v'hoi Hoshiana. Ani is the 37th name of Hashem. V'hoi is the first name of the 72 names. Any other time of the year, we come to show, we just Mermachris Shemos. So comes the Kapois Tamarim, and he's only madgish the inyan that the Daled Minim are the Daled Oisiyos Havaya. We're trying to be moisif, but it's more than the Daled Minim, but it's the Sukkah as well, and it's the whole Yom Tov. Just read his words. Look at number 27. Tam shenikra zeh chag l'Hashem ma shaloi matzinu b'shum chag shenikra. It's Pesach l'Hashem, but it's not the Yom Tov Hashem. Avol zeh hu chag Hashem mamish. The HaKadosh Baruch Hu sameach imanu b'chag hazeh. It's Rebbeinu Shem's Yom Tov. Why? Says Rebbeinu Shem, I want to hang out with you this Yom Tov. You know why? This Yom Tov you're tahar, you did shuvah, you have no chataim, your neshama is tahar, ki anu tahirim mikol tuma v'avain, v'al kein sivanu b'netilas daled minim, shar yimos hashana, chatas ha'adam goyreim pirud ba'oisiyos Hashem. The rest of the year, you can't take daled minim. They're not going to be nischaber. They'll be like the Rikanti saw in the dream. The oisiyos will be separated. But aval ata kol ha'olam chazru b'tshuva v'niskapru miyachdim oisiyos Hashem. V'lachein tzrichim anu lakaz daled minim b'yachad, like the Beis Yosef says, the Rikanti saw in his dream. Al kein hachag hazeh nikra yikra. Chag Hashem. And it's not just our Simcha, it's the Rebbeinu Shalom Simcha. So says the Kapos Tamarim, this Yom Tif, you could access Ruchnias that is not available any other time. At the Simchas Beis Hashoeiva. What do you think they did at the Simchas? They were just juggling. It was a way of being mechaber them to the Shamayim, that the Rebbeinu Shalom should be mashpi on them, Ruach HaKodesh. So on this Yom, it's the only time of the year, right? Chazal say Yoina received his nevuah about Ninveh at a Simchas Beis Hashoeiva. That was at that time, at this time, right now, because the calendar, it's a living calendar. Right now, at this Zman, you have more access to Ruchnias than any other time of the year, because this is the Rebbeinu Shalom's Yom Tov. It's Chag LaShem. It's Chag Hashem. It's very interesting. He ends off. He says there's a takana. I don't know. I never saw this. That on Sukkot you should say the Mizmar Ka'ayol Taroi Galafike Mayim Keinavshi Sar Gelech Alekim Sama Navshi Alekim Lekachem Masav Pnei Alekim. You sing that? We should sing it. We'll fulfill the takana. But there's a very beautiful ha'ara that the Yom Tov of Sukkot, in your Zuchus, we discover this ha'ara, that the Yom Tov of Sukkot is Chag Hashem, Chag Lashem. It's the only time we could mamish, be Yemashmesh, B'shmoisav, Pre-Eitz Hadar, Zeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Anaf Eitz Avos, Zeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Kapos Tamarim, Zeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Arvei Nachal, Zeh Oisiyos, Shimcha, Meyuchad, Echad al Echad. And not only the Daled Minim, the Suka also. The Suka is two Shemos. And you see the Havaya is in the middle. It's surrounded by the Heichal Hashem. And even the ability, I think, to be machriz, the ayin from the ayin Beis Shemos is also in line with what we're learning, that Sukkot is Chag Havaya. So we should be Zocheh, the Rebbeinu Shalom should be mashpi on us. All the great brachos. Lulav is Rashi Tevos, V'taher Libenu La'avdecha Be'emes. Arvei Nachal, Nafshenu Chiksa Lashem, the Stipler says. Anaf Eitz Avos Tarhiveni Benafshi Ois. Provided that, esrog, Al Tivayeni Regal Gava. So, thank you for inviting me this year. And Be'ez Hashem, we should be Zocheh to be Mesameach, the Chag Hashem. Shkoyach.
I think when you look in the Medrash,
yes,
it makes perfect sense. This is maybe what the Medrash means, because when you finish, after it says right? Once you ma'achet klal Yisrael, the me. It's one-on-one. So the Medrash alludes to this, right?
And you say Ani also. The Shem Ani also, right? Yeah.
Anyway, just the actual premise.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.